Okay. 3 years ago, if you asked me what autism looked like, I probably would have pictured a classic Hollywood stereotype. Maybe a character completely detached from society, or a math savant who avoids all human contact. Then my son Gael was born. When Gael was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, my entire world shifted. I quickly realized that almost everything the public thinks they know about autism is entirely different from the reality, playing out in our living room every single day. Before his diagnosis, I didn't know much about neurodiversity. When he first got diagnosed, I spent countless nights staying up to educate myself on autism, trying to find resources that don't cost an arm and a leg, since most insurances barely cover therapies. I wanted my son to thrive, so I took it upon myself to provide him with early interventions, like speech therapies, and to find the right places to help him socially. I learned so much in the deep spiral I went through during those long nights, but looking back, I am so proud of myself for doing the hard work to provide him with the exact help he needs. Today, I want to use my journey with Gael to bridge the gap between fiction and reality for you. We are going to look at 3 major areas. First, how autism is a wide, diverse spectrum of strengths rather than a single stereotype. Second, how communication and socialization function even without fluent speech. And finally, how an autistic child navigates a highly intense sensory world. Let's start by looking at what the word spectrum actually means compared to what we see on television. A very common myth is that autism is a straight, linear scale, running from mild to severe, assuming individuals fit neatly into a box. According to the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network, this linear view is completely inaccurate. In reality, autism is a spectrum of diverse, interwoven traits. The American Psychological Association notes that an autistic child might excel drastically in one area while simultaneously needing intense support in another. I've seen this uneven profile of brilliant strengths in Gael every day. Gael is incredibly smart. He already knows his ABCs, can count his fingers, reads color words on sight, and can complete complex children's puzzles all by himself. He even loves organizing his toys in perfect coordination with the colors of the rainbow. He is not high or low functioning. He is a whole capable child with his own unique timeline of strengths and challenges. Now that we understand true shape of the spectrum, let's dismantle a second major myth. The misconception that autistic children don't want to make friends, interact with peers, or emotionally bond with their families. Before Gael started pre-K3, I actually believed this myth myself. I worried it would take him months to interact with other kids or that he might never be interested at all. But during his first week of school, we took him to Chick-fil-A. Normally, Gael wouldn't pay much mind to other children, but that day he surprised his dad and me completely. He started chasing and playing with another little boy. Even though Gael doesn't talk as clearly as other kids his age yet, they understood each other perfectly through play. In fact, his school teachers and aides tell us that Gael is deeply nurturing and listens beautifully to his classmates. His communication at home has brought us incredible breakthroughs too. Gael struggles to form full sentences, but he can say basic single words. Because I am around him all day, every day, I get to be his proud translator, sharing his words clearly with his dad and grandparents. Lately, he has started attempting new words, and our biggest breakthrough is that he now says I love you back to me. A lack of fluent sentences never means a lack of communication. While emotional connection is always present, the way an autistic child processes the physical world around them can look very different from our own. Which brings us to our third point, navigating a highly intense sensory world. The Child Mind Institute explains that everyday lights, textures, or ambient lights can be physically painful and completely overwhelming to an autistic nervous system. New environments can make Gael very nervous. Sometimes he will stand his ground, cry, and refuse to go inside because his nervous system is signaling danger. Super loud noises used to make him cry, though lately I'm so proud to see him coping just by covering his ears. To navigate this intense world, autistic children use sensory soothing behaviors, and Gael has some beautiful ones. He loves to reenact his favorite Peppa Pig shows from YouTube. He memorizes the episodes, mouths the words, and if the characters fall on the ground, Gael happily acts it out right along with them. He also loves to feel my hands or legs if they are very cold. He will literally lift his hand to his face just to feel the soothing coldness against his cheeks. Some people on the outside might look at these behaviors and find them weird. But to us, watching him express his joy and comfort this way is one of our absolute favorite things. In conclusion, the journey of understanding autism requires us to trade our assumptions for the actual empathy. Today we looked at past public stereotypes to explore the true day-to-day reality of autism. We summarized that the spectrum is a complex mix of unique traits like Gael's love for the rainbow. We learned that a lack of clear speech does not mean a lack of friendship or love, and we examined how sensory behaviors are vital tools for comfort rather than things to be judged. If there is one thing I want you to remember today, it is this. When Gael was first diagnosed, I thought I was going to have to spend my life teaching him how to navigate our world. It turns out my sweet, sensitive, and nurturing little boy is the one teaching me how to see the world, completely different. By moving past myths and embracing the daily reality, we can build a community where children like Gael are not just tolerated, but truly understood, accepted, and valued for exactly who they are. Thank you.